So just so you know, he's going to be doing just like tape recording what we're doing. So if you see him moving around, don't pay attention to him.
Be talking to you about fall prevention and what we can do to kind of prevent those falls that we may or may not have. So we just wanted to stress that fall prevention is quite prevalent. 1 in 4 Americans 65 or older unfortunately experience a fall. And just a little background, just a personal story of mine. I do have a grandmother, and when I was 3 years old, she used to always come over. She called me Booby. She was my mean mom. We always had a great conversation. We always had great back to back. We had a little game that we used to play where
risk factors associated with falling, actions to reduce falling, and gaining the confidence to, again, do whatever you want to do, being able to go and walk to your girlfriend's room or walk to play bingo and not be...
Is that the answer?
That is the answer. So I actually have here that 31% of falls occur in the living room.
Can increase the fall risk, and it can potentially lead to depression. So here's a laundry list of risk factors, right?
That's hard to see.
I know.
We
Just look
can
at the
say it.
colors. There's so many different things that could affect your, that could affect you and that could cause falls there. So we're gonna go through each one, and we're gonna talk about how we're gonna prevent falls. So the first thing is strength. We want to stay strong, okay? And range of motion. How many of you stretch here?
Once in a while.
Once in a while, okay, stretching.
I can't raise my hand. I don't stretch ever.
Have side effects that could increase your risk of falling. So some of these, that lower your blood pressure, they can make you dizzy when you stand up, you get out of a chair. So it's important that if you're experiencing any of these side effects that you do talk to your doctor about it, because there's always different medications, different types, and you can change them. All right. Environmental. So how many of you guys have decorated your own apartments? I know you all live here, you all have your own stuff, right?
With help.
With help. That your heart is healthy, that your lungs are healthy and working properly. That way we can do a little bit more. You want to, and you can also talk about your medications with him and adjust them as needed. You can join fall prevention classes or other fitness activities. So how many...
I have an assisted device. And where I'm going with this is I have a few personal training or private clients that I work with. And one of their wives has been having some problems with balance, and I was worried that she was going to fall. And one of the issues was I was speaking to her husband, and he was very adamant about not having her use a cane or a walker because he felt like that was a decline in her symptoms or a decline in her ability to do things. And one of the biggest conversations I had with him was that by giving her the confidence and extra support, it was actually kind of setting back the clock. She was better able to do things as opposed to sitting down all the time. So sometimes assisted devices can be a little depressing. We feel like, oh, now I gotta use the walker instead of the cane. But what you don't think about is that the independence that gives you by having the extra support.
to do it with being mindful and cautious. Number 2, once again, this is great. I just want to first and foremost want to thank all of you for coming out once again and joining our fall prevention class. This is you're already taking a step towards fall prevention, which is great that you're here and hearing about this.
No pun intended.
Thank you.
And hopefully we've motivated you a little bit, and now it's maybe your job to maybe motivate someone who needs it as well. So this goes a little bit beyond just this room. You might see people who are struggling, or maybe you're not confident in your ability to coach them, but maybe you can talk to them and show them what motivates you, and it might get them moving a little bit better. And I think helping other people is probably more rewarding than helping ourselves sometimes.
And if you see someone that's not coming out of their room, not involved in activities, try to get them involved, talk to them, reach out, say, do you want to go take a walk tonight? Do you want to do this, that, or the other? Because, again, we want everyone to keep moving. So. Does anybody have any questions?
Oh, come on.
Any questions?
This gentleman does. You got it. You got it.